It's another big week here in GTA Online, with Rockstar handing out over $3.5 million worth of vehicles completely for free. You've got two standout rides up for grabs here. We have a sports car built for more top-end performance, as well as a more classic muscle car that's pretty unassuming, but may in fact be a real sleeper in this game. And this week's free DLC vehicle lineup definitely delivers some huge value for absolutely zero cost. And today on the show, I'm going to be breaking down both of these cars. You'll know exactly what makes these free rides worth claiming before the event ends, and more. So jumping into our first vehicle, we have the LS Car Meet prize ride for the week, the Grotti Itali GTO, and in order to unlock this car, you need to place top 2 in LS Car Meet series races for 4 days in a row to unlock this vehicle. Normally, if you want to buy it, it's available for $1,965,000 from Legendary Motorsport, and this is a sports car in the game that's inspired by the Ferrari 812 Superfast, so you know right off the bat it's going to be an exceptional vehicle to own here in GTA Online. It's most known for its amazing acceleration and very impressive top speed of 128 miles an hour when you fully upgrade it with performance upgrades. The car has, I would say, like really dynamic performance. It's complemented by the fact that it's also all-wheel drive, so rest assured you will get very good traction and handling when you drive this car. This used to not be the case actually, because initially when this car dropped, it had some major issues with its handling. You had oversteer and overall just general instability over bumps, but now post Diamond Casino and Resort update, all of these handling issues have now been fixed, so nowadays for the past several years, it's been much more controllable on the street, it's been more competitive in races, and just ever more than it once was. You can also enhance the Itali GTO with tons of customization options, so this is certainly a car that will definitely allow for a highly personalized look if you just want to spend a little bit of time and money customizing this vehicle exactly to your liking as well. So here we are. Here is my Grotti Itali GTO. The Itali GTO is based on that Ferrari 812 Superfast. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go around the track. I think we can honestly beat a 2-minute 40-second time. We may even be able to get 2-minute 35 seconds on this track. If you're not familiar with these DLC testing videos, I go up north, I hang a right and go east, follow around here, go south, and then I cut west along this windy road, and then I end up back at this intersection. Supercars like the Benefactor Krieger or Progen Emrys get in the high 220s or low 230s, so let's see what we can do with this vehicle. I'll hit my stopwatch in 3, 2, 1, go! And I just mash the gas. I like to do these segments of the videos raw and uncut, so you can see, obviously, you know, no cheating, none of that. If I do crash, it just gets factored into the time. This isn't supposed to be the most scientific test of all time. You know, we're not doing Bruffy 1322 vehicle testing. I'm just trying to show you what it's like to be an owner of one of these vehicles, what it's like to drive it, push this car to its limits. And obviously, I'm not really even that good of a GTA driver in general. And while I do these courses and these, you know, sort of time trials, I guess you could say, these stopwatch videos, I don't even follow the racing line to a T. I'm just driving the car, I'm having fun with it, but I want to show you what it's like actually driving it. Because, again, you know, most of the player base is just turbo casuals, right? And so they're probably going to be driving at my skill level, or maybe even just a little bit better. So we'll continue to go through here on the track. And I gotta say, when we got off the line, the car hooked up right away. This car has absolutely incredible handling. It's got a beautiful engine and exhaust note. Speed is excellent. If you guys are familiar with the Grotti Itali RSX, it's basically a one-to-one competitor with this Itali GTO. They are just about the same when it comes to sports car performance. I think the Itali RSX is like 0.5 miles an hour faster when it comes to its top speed, and lap time, the Itali GTO just barely beats it, just because of the fact that this one has a little bit better handling. The Itali RSX has amazing handling too, but it can understeer in certain sections. Oh my god, that is going to contribute to a much lower time. I was not able to maintain speed through that corner, and I also rammed into the back of that Comet, and that is just not good. That is definitely going to shave some seconds off the time, or prevent me from shaving those few seconds off the time. That's going to add to our time is what I'm saying, which I'm not super happy about. But we'll see kind of what the end result is anyway. I'm sure it's going to be very, very good. This is obviously the hill that I always, yeah, I kind of lost it on this one. You got to be careful with both of these cars. They both have good handling, the Itali RSX as well as this GTO. The GTO, like I said, does have better handling overall, but you still have to be careful because it can step out on you if, you know, the tires reach maximum grip capability, and that's just something as a driver of this vehicle driving super fast around the map you have to watch out for. But still, you can go super fast through the corners. You can see I'm not even really braking that much. I'm just kind of letting off the throttle and letting off the gas as I enter through some of these turns, and we're good to go. Some of these comets that I'm running into are in like really annoying spots. Let's see what our final time is gonna be. We are coming up, okay, yeah, so if I didn't crash right there, we got a 2-minute 35, almost just under 2-minute 36-second time for this car, which is extremely fast. That probably would have been, what, 2 minutes 33, 2 minutes 34 seconds if I didn't ram into the back of this Comet earlier on the track, right? I think this is an extremely, extremely good car. And yes, the prize ride challenge is a little bit heavy for the week, just in terms of the fact that you gotta place top 1 or 2 in LS Car Meet Series races for 4 days in a row, but it's extremely worth it. The customization on this car is amazing, sounds great, looks great, drives great. What else do you want from a sports car in GTA Online? A lot of people get confused. The Itali RSX and the Itali GTO, they're not supercars, they are sports class vehicles in GTA Online. Then next up, we have the podium vehicle for the week, which is the Declasse Impaler LX, and this week's Diamond Casino and Resort podium vehicle is normally available if you want to buy it from Southern San Andreas Super Autos for $1,465,000. But if you win it, you get it for 0 in-game dollars this week by getting lucky and winning it off the podium after spinning that lucky wheel. This car released with the Chop Shop DLC update as Drip Feed, I believe, and the Impaler LX offers pretty modest acceleration, but decent handling out of the box. Once you fully upgrade it though, with engine and transmission upgrades, the turbo, etc., it's definitely a pretty good contender in the muscle car class and category, at least in a straight line. It can match the speed of some faster muscle cars on those extended straightaways. In turning though, it's still gonna be a little bit disruptive. It's not the best in the corners because the suspension, just the handling in general, is kind of floaty and springy, so you want to lower the car, bring that center of gravity down a little bit. And also, if you try and do the wheelie launch with this car, because most muscle cars you can launch with a wheelie off a dig, and the rear bumper is going to scrape like crazy on the ground, so that's going to disrupt any momentum you would try and do if you tried to get a wheelie with this thing. The design though of the Impaler LX draws inspiration from the 1980 to 1985 Chevrolet Impala, so with this car you get that classic aesthetic combined with some modern performance upgrades if you want to go really, really fast. And here is my Declasse Impaler LX, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is a muscle car class vehicle in this game. I have mine styled more like a lowrider. I went with a lowrider style classic muscle car. You know, white wall tires, pinstripes. We obviously got the purple for the Ballas gang, an affiliation right there. But let's check out the performance of this thing. I mean, obviously it's going to be a lot more tame compared to that Itali GTO, but I still think we're going to kick butt with this car because the handling for its weight and its wheelbase is still really nice, and you'll be able to see that. This thing, the only downside is just the floaty suspension, and so I want to show that to you in particular and highlight that. So 3, 2, 1, go. We will just peel off, little bit of wheel spin, and I will say it hooks up, you know, after that initial type thing. If you're easier on the throttle, then you'll be just fine. Acceleration, I feel like this thing kind of just chugs along. It does pick up eventually, but it really feels like it struggles to get going. And then let's see what the braking is like. Really, really good brakes. The handling, oh yeah, wow. Okay, because of the floaty suspension, yeah, your turning radius is not going to be that strong, especially when you're carrying speed. This is not the kind of car where you want to brake and make a turning maneuver at the same time, just because you're going to max out the chassis and it's just not going to be able to handle it, right? The tires lose grip, etc. But if you carry that momentum through a corner, you're smooth on the throttle. This thing can still claw its way around corners. Just little slidey. That's it, really. I mean, it's a simple to learn vehicle. It's not bad. This isn't, I mean, I'm just comparing it to the previous car we just talked about, which was that Itali GTO. And so coming off the coattails of that, it's hard to beat, right? This car is never going to be comparable in any way to that vehicle. Heavier, sits higher off the ground, doesn't have as strong, you know, I think the 812 Superfast in real life, does that have a carbon fiber chassis? Probably. You know, the thing's just incredibly lightweight, so it's crazy. Maybe it's aluminum, I'm not too sure. But either way, you know, with this car, it's floaty, it's a little bit springy, oh god. But it can still hold its own, and I'm sure compared to some top tier muscle cars, you know, you'll definitely have complaints. But overall, if you compare this to, say, I mean, I don't, what are other muscle cars? Like some OG muscle cars in this game that were more like lowrider style vehicles, or any lowrider style vehicle in the first place, this car is faster, especially in a straight line. In a straight line, this car is just fine. But yeah, around a track and around a circuit, you could just see this thing is kind of struggling. The acceleration isn't crazy. It does pick up eventually, like I was saying at the beginning, but it's still just not like blowing my socks off, right? We are at, wow, we're at 2 minutes 7 seconds on the clock, and we are so far away from finishing this course. And that just shows you the difference of the vehicles we're going up against. Because again, I'm not trying to compare this to the Itali GTO and be like, which one's better? Because obviously the Itali GTO, but just as another vehicle you can own. I mean, watch the gameplay. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think that this is a car that you feel like you'd actually be lucky winning off the podium and the lucky wheel this week? Or do you feel like Rockstar could have given us a better vehicle? I mean, especially with the Diamond Casino and Resort, you don't even need to do any car meet prize ride challenges. You could just spin the wheel. If you get lucky, you get a free car for $0. Both of these cars this week, you don't have to spend any in-game dollars on. That's awesome. Yeah, a little bit of effort is required for the car meet prize ride. Who cares? You also need to, you know, apply effort to turn on your console if you were to claim just a free car off a website too, right? Nothing is completely cost-free, but these cost 0 in-game dollars. 3 minutes 2 seconds to 3 minutes 3 seconds for this time. It's sad we're above a 3-minute interval for it. I was hoping we could get in the 250s. If I was a little bit smoother and I actually practiced driving with this car, then I'm sure we could have. You know, again, I'm not the best driver, and I'm just giving you, you know, I don't even know the last time I drove this car. I think the last time I drove it was when it was a podium vehicle last or a prize ride, and I can't even tell you when that was. I'll have to look at my notes and see. But this was the last time I drove that car, so over half a year ago, maybe 8, 9, 10 months ago. And so I'm not used to driving it. Again, that's the purpose of these videos, giving you guys first impressions almost on these cars, driving it, pushing them to their absolute limit. And you could see what it's like in practice, in reality, actually driving this car. We're not trying to do perfect, super comparable scientific testing on a closed course, because that's just not the point of these videos. I think with all that said, though, and out of the way, we are going to be wrapping things up right here, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Drop a like if you guys did want to enjoy. You enjoyed the, you know, DLC vehicles review, just driving around and showcasing these cars, seeing if you want to become an owner of one of them yourself. Also, check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/hazardoushdtv for more GTA Online money grinding live streams. Check out my YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikToks, because if you don't like the short, or the, excuse me, if you want more than the long form content, you want to check out some short form, I upload those short form videos every single day here on my YouTube channel as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Adios, amigos.